Honestly, I thought I made this video a long time ago, but I guess I didn't. So let's rank the Final Destination films. The Final Destination films aren't the peak of cinema, but they are such fun popcorn films that you can just watch them, have a good time, and enjoy the gruesome deaths. Then you start fearing for your life on what can happen to kill you. Having said that, I've enjoyed all of the Final Destination films. I think they're a fun franchise. So let's start ranking them. I don't think this is controversial. I think everybody agrees that Final Destination 4 is probably their least favorite Final Destination film. It's a fun ride. Some of the deaths are kind of inventive and fun, but at the same time, this movie lacks interesting characters. It lacks real tension. Some of the deaths just kind of happen without much build up. This might be a little controversial. Final Destination 2 comes in at 5th place for me. I do think it gets really overhyped because of the death sequence in the very beginning with the logs. I think that traumatized a whole generation. But aside from that really inventive crash sequence, which I think is just some of the best opening sequences for a Final Destination film, the rest of the film has some cool deaths and inventive character moments, but at the same time, I don't think it really hits the highs that the franchise can. And yeah, while not a bad movie, it's a solid movie. And of course, at 4th place, you got to go with the original Final Destination. This kind of set up the game plan and the layout of what the future of the franchise is going to behold. It's fun, it's entertaining, it's totally like early 2000s cheese, and it's all the better for it. We hadn't seen a film franchise like this that was a Rube Goldberg device of death, and it was just so fascinating to watch, and the deaths felt realistic and believable, and it was more grounded in reality, but at the same time they were still fun and kind of over the top in the best ways. Coming in at number 3 is Final Destination 3. I think aside from it having one of the weaker opening death sequences, I think the rest of the film plays out in a much better like tense situation as our leads try to figure out how someone is going to die and try to prevent that. You get some of the best performances from a Final Destination movie here up until this point, and it's just really gives us more of the same. It doesn't really add much new layers or nuance, but some of the deaths are so gruesome, and it's so entertaining to watch. And it has Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Why wouldn't it be this high? Just when you thought that the franchise had lost steam, Final Destination 5 comes up, and it reinvents the wheel again. It has some of the better acting in the franchise, and it has one of the cooler like death sequences in the beginning. That bridge sequence is still intense to this day. I do like the newer level of rules that they've added where you can kill a life to gain a life, basically, which is very smart writing and kind of adds another layer of tension and really has you questioning the moralities of the character. And it had some really fun twists and turns, especially at the end where it kind of ties back to being a prequel to the first film. That's awesome. But to date, I think the biggest heights that the franchise has hit is in Final Destination Bloodlines. It's the latest movie in the franchise, and it's the best movie in the franchise. It again reinvents the wheel again. Tower sequence is one of the most exciting and tense death sequences in the Final Destination movies, and I do like how it has really good character moments and interesting characters that you care about and want to learn more about as you follow this family. It has some really good performances. It understands its dark sense of humor with the franchise. It's very tongue-in-cheek. This gives us all, and if you haven't seen my review, check it out. This is probably the best Final Destination movie. It's just a lot of fun, really good storytelling, really great direction. It just is everything Final Destination is and more.